Hello, my name is Devin Jones, and I'm here today to give you my own personal opinion, many other personal opinions, on the state of comedy in today's society, and the death of it in today's society and media as well. Before we start off, I'd like to thank my friend Corey Hamilton for his large contribution to this project. Because of scheduling, the way classes are set up this year as opposed to last year, he couldn't be a part of this, so I would like to thank him beforehand. Okay. Before we start off, I would like to ask you, pause the video, take a minute to sit here and conceptualize, how you think a joke should be set up, how you think it should be said, what you should joke about, what other people should joke about. Just pause the video, take a moment, come back. Well, you see, you may think you're right in your mind and not in others' mind. That's okay. Everybody's opinion is different, and that's okay. Comedy and humor in general is one of the most subjective and hotly debated topic in society, as evidenced by people, on social media or other forms of media, getting artery burst over a comment over a female movie lead or how somebody else is represented in certain things. Humor is what connects us together as a people, just as much as, as talking about which political party you bring up at a Thanksgiving dinner. Tim says my point on the subject, inherent collectivism of humor. I have a short clip from the TV show Duckman musing on the subject.
But it's precisely when humor is offensive that we need it most. Comedy should provoke. It should blast through prejudices, challenge preconceptions. Comedy should always leave you different than when it found you.
The rebel seems roused.
Sure, humor can hurt, even alienate. But the risk is better than the alternative. A steady diet of innocuous, childproof, flavorless mush. Demand to be challenged, to be offended, to be treated like thinking, reasoning adults, and raise your children to be the same. Don't let it come.
The whole point of comedy is to, surpass barriers and come together and laugh at pain, maybe pain that we all feel. That's the main point I was trying to come with the clip, but it seems that nobody else understands that today, and I'll explain more in just one moment. The lack of love for the togetherness of this idea that we can sit here and laugh at something, takes most place in circles of people who focus more on the setup of the joke instead of the punchline and what it consists of. Was it racist? Was it ableist? Was it all these things that don't affect that person at all? They think of themselves as, these big old brawn people that have to sit here and go around and pinprick every little thing to make it, fluid and acceptable and mush for everybody else in their life. It's all ridiculous. Personally, I see it as a segregation of what can be funny and what can't be funny, because, you're making it this one big bland color, beige. Just imagine, your vocal abilities is beige, for example. It's not exactly what we need, especially now of all times. What we need is laughter for the fact that, there are thousands of people dying every day. We can't control that. So all we can do is sit here and just laugh about how ironic our state is, We spent all these decades vying for power, and now we're all shut down because of one little bug that happens to be very contagious, That's funny. That's funny right there. I don't care who you are. I mean, for goodness sake, people on Twitter have sat here and canceled Genghis Khan, the Mongolian warlord. He's been dead for centuries. I mean, it's just ridiculous, okay? How we should act about all this is, we should make a change. I don't think that we should sit here and make everything flavorless and just bland for everybody else. As it was like in that clip I just showed. You want people to be thinking, reasoning adults. You want them to have thoughts in their head, you know, to have feelings about certain things, you know. If we sit here and water down everything, then that just means there's nothing left of the original substance. You know, just like Mark Twain said, censorship is like banning steak because a baby can't chew it. You know, not a great guy, you know, especially for some of the words that he used. But that's a very good point right there. You know, the bottom and tops to all of this is that what I'm trying to say is that we as a people need to you know, allow ourselves to, you know, pick and choose what we allow ourselves to laugh at. You know, be reasoning, functioning adults instead of just being sheep to what everybody else finds funny and what they think in their minds is right. That's not healthy for the most part. We need to look at how ironic our life and our world is, and just how much we've changed in the last century alone. Why do we have to abide by strict guidelines of what we should be able to laugh at? You know, for example, a handicapped person can come out of a deep, chronic, depressive state and laugh at himself because he still goes to church even though the powers that be took his legs away. You know, that's funny. You know, I mean, look at me. I'm a big guy. I can sit here and laugh at myself. I don't want anybody to sit here and make it so that nobody makes fun of me because I am the way I am. I made myself this way. You know, I'm not asking to be treated any different. I mean, especially, you know what I mean. I mean, just to put it in perspective, comedy is multiple perspectives clashing with each other to allow ourselves to be thinking and caring adults, to allow all these years of schooling not to go to waste. And it doesn't seem like anybody understands that nowadays. You know, what we should do to act and change as people is, while not being to sit here and be hateful, just to sit here and allow ourselves to be thinking, reasoning adults. That's the main point of all this, as I've said this many times. So you can think what you think about this, and that's okay. I mean, I may think you're wrong. Yeah, I may think you're right, but at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. It's what you think. It's what another person thinks. It's what we all should think at the end of the day. You know. My name is Evan Jones. This is my little TED Talk in the back of my garage. You know, and thank you for joining.